What's up, guys? Teddy Cornwell here. Welcome to the Underdog Talk. And there is just something about the underdog. But today, we have an absolute beast on the Underdog Talk. But before we get into this interview, you know I have to give this gentleman a proper Underdog Talk introduction. Today's guest is an IFBB professional bodybuilder and sponsored athlete from Ghana. This gentleman started training at 13 years old as a way to release stress. And 2 decades later, he stepped onto the 2016 Mr. Olympia stage and shocked the world. Today's guest is a top contender in the Mr. Olympia with placings such as second and third. And finally, a man who once said, "Be the reason someone believes in good people." Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud and honored to present the one and only Willaim, the Conqueror, Bonac. What is up, big fella? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me over here.
An honor and privilege to have you on here, sir. Now, Willaim, I've been just contemplating this through the whole day. And before we get into this interview, I have to ask, is there a weight limit to ride camels, sir? Because I saw you doing the meanest double bicep on a camel, but I almost was thinking I was thinking poor camel as it has one of the biggest guys in the world on it. Is there a weight limit?
To be honest with you, I wanted to go with a sub of a friend of mine. He wanted to go with me, but it was not allowed because they have to equal the weights. So they brought a grown ass man, a stranger that I didn't know, and they put him beside me. Because they have to equal the weight for the. Sometimes they even put stones.
Yeah.
So. And to be honest with you, in the beginning, first of all, I didn't want to go on it. I felt sorry for them. So I asked them, do they work the whole day, every day? And then they explained the situation with me. No, we have 500 of these. So every day they have like a new camel, if you understand, this and that. And camels are made for this, but not to abuse them, the way to get money out of them like these people do, But yeah, it was, for the kids, it was fun, and
I'm sure the kids enjoyed it, and it even looked like you got a nice little double bicep on it. So I'm sure you
yeah,
would enjoy it too, William. And as you mentioned, yeah, I was just teasing you with you. Camels are inhumanly strong. Many people do not
yeah,
know
yeah, true.
have maybe 2, 3 William Bonacs on it. All right, maybe just one. I
Hmm.
don't know, but
And, and
I
there
don't
was even one camel, like they put like chains on these camels so they are close to each other, so they follow like one straight
know.
line. And there was one behind me, and he was constantly, like it was a good thing he had like a cover on his mouth, because he was constantly, touching my ears, my face, and yeah. So I had a new friend over as well.
Oh man, William, you made many
Uh,
friends on that camel journey, but I'm not here to talk about camels today. I want to talk about the Conqueror, one of the best to ever step on the bodybuilding stage. And I want to take it way back. So at age
mhm,
13, sir, you begin training, as I mentioned, as a form
mhm.
of stress release, as many do, when you're in the gym. That's all that matters. The outside world evaporates, disappears, and you eventually relocated from obviously Ghana to Australia, where your bodybuilding career.
That's correction, please, because I've heard it many times. I've seen it as well. I'm not from Australia. I've never been located to Australia. I think people mistake me because I did a show in Australia, my second open pro show, and I got second behind Show Roden, and that's when people started seeing me, noticing me. So I think a lot of people, mistake that with because they saw me there for the first time that I'm from Australia, but I'm not from Australia. I'm originally from Ghana, born in Ghana. At
Mhm.
the age of 5, I moved to the Netherlands.
You,
So in Amsterdam. So and I've been living here all my life. Yeah.
you see, I knew
So
that too. And when I said Australia, I quickly was like, oh crap, he's going to get me trying to
but
move
I love Australia, man. I love
on.
Australia. I
I
love
do too.
Melbourne.
You see,
Yeah.
maybe that's what I'm thinking. But obviously, from Ghana to the Netherlands, thank you for
Yeah.
correcting me. And,
No problem.
again, that is ultimately where your bodybuilding career began. But
Hmm.
what I'm really interested about is, when did you fall in love with bodybuilding, and then why bodybuilding, sir?
To be honest with you, I was like a young boy when I was, I think, at the age of 6, 7, something like that. I saw a movie from Arnold, Conan the Barbarian, and I was like, man, I want to be strong. I want to be like these guys. And so I didn't even know Arnold was a bodybuilder, so I didn't know nothing about bodybuilding until at the age of 26. Yeah, a lot of people told me I do bodybuilding. I knew what they did with bodybuilding, but I had no experience. I didn't know all this stuff. So um, I think it was, yeah, around the age of 26, I started like getting interested into bodybuilding. I went to a bodybuilding show for the first time because I was hearing all my life, you have to do a bodybuilding show. Everyone that I met, you have to do a bodybuilding show. So that was the reason actually. So I went to a show. I went to see how things went, and I was like, okay, I will give myself 1 year. And then a year after I came back, did a show, won the show, didn't know how to pose. So I was looking what the other guys were doing. And thank God I still won it. And from there, things went up. Yeah.
And obviously, wow.
But all the time I was training for like to get strong. Like since I came to the Netherlands, even at the age of 5, I was always pushing up, doing crazy stuff. My mom had some training stuff. So I was using it as well, and I just wanted to be strong. Just strong. And when I got to the age of I did fighting as well, and that's what I wanted to continue. But I got injured at the age about 20 years old, and so like bone structure, so it was nothing for me. That it was a weak spot, so I couldn't continue. And it was like my bones was like crushing my lungs. Yeah, so it took me 3 to 4 years to recover. And that time I was about 24. So I was like, man, I'm too old for this now. So, and then I started getting interested into bodybuilding. Yeah.
And the world is so much better, and the bodybuilding world is so much better with you in it, sir. And
Oh,
something
thank
that
you.
to me stands out about you is you, before stardom, you went through a rough patch. You were
Mhm.
human,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what stands out to me about you, how you faced adversity. Obviously, for those who don't know, you lost your job, you
Mm-hmm.
were sleeping in your car,
Yeah.
but that was just a life test for the Conqueror. As not only did you overcome, but you became a different person through that. So, would you mind talking about what you learned, in these adverse times about yourself, sir?
Um, I learned like no matter how hard things get for you, no matter how difficult, when you don't see the end of the road anymore, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. If you just keep holding on,
Yes.
it's that's the only thing. Just keep holding on. In other words, don't give up. How hard it is. Just keep pushing. Even if you don't have nothing, you have the little, just keep pushing with the little that you have, because things will turn around sooner or later. It can rain, but it can't rain forever. So yeah.
And I love that. And speaking of rain, one of my favorite quotes is, flowers, they can't just grow in sun. They need a little bit of rain. And out
True,
of that rain, I mean,
true.
emerge. I should say, out of the rain sounds a little childish. Out of
Yeah.
the storm emerged William the Conqueror Bonac. And you have truly earned this nickname, sir. And, really
Thank you.
few competitors in the open division have been as consistent as you. Every year you're bringing a new and better and just overall fuller physique to the
Yeah.
stage. So what are you doing this, different this year, obviously, as the 2022 Mr. O is coming upon us?
Oh, this year is because I should know I have a new coach, Chad Nichols, and I've been working with him for the Arnolds that we did and the Boston Pro as well. And we started working actually like five, let's say 5 weeks out of the Arnolds. and we did a lot of improvement, and I was just happy with my physique and happy the way the prep went. So we continue to work together right now for the Olympia as well. And normally when I start my prep, like I start my prep, I do my prep like maybe 14 weeks, 16 weeks, and then I grow into my prep. And I will start with like maybe let's say um, normal weight between 103 and 105 kg. That's in kilos. LBS, you have to calculate later on. So there's like this for me. It is like that's the way that I normally started my prep with, and this time I start my prep with around 100 and let's say 16 kg in the morning and 119 kg in the evening. So that's a big difference. And in the beginning, I had to be honest with you, I had back pain. Walking was difficult for me. I went through my back, because I wasn't used to this kind of weight, and I wasn't even, never thought that it was even possible on my frame to gain this kind of weight,
Yeah.
So I never tried it at all because people were always saying to me, oh, this is good. When you get too muscle too big, you can ruin your waist and this kind of stuff. And my waist is still the same, like it was, even better, So I'm really happy the way the new method that I'm using for my coach now, and plus the other plus thing is as well. I never did off season. Normally after my prep, I just clean myself out and just relax. The only thing I take is like maybe my vitamins, from my sponsor, some protein shake, and that's it. So I let my body rest. And this time, right after the Arnold's, I did my surgery, for my gyno that I had early this year. I fixed my abs. So I did all these things that I had to do, so I was ready. So at let's say in May, we started our off season, because that was the time I recovered from my, I was able to train again from the surgery. So we started around May, so count from May till now till December. Yeah, that's a long time for me, for someone that never did off season. And I've been gaining the weight like 1 kg, each week a kg, just steady, not just like bomb, So and yeah, I feel good right now. I don't have like normally at 112 kg, or for 112 kg, I start having like I breathe heavily, and this time, I'm like between like what I said in the morning, 116, 118, 19 kg in the evening, and I still have the same breathing. You understand? It's not worst, So, but in the beginning, I had to get used to it. It was tough. Yeah, it was
And
tough. Yeah.
Generation Iron, they released a new article, and he talked about how you wanted to come in as really as heavy as possible, and kind of again how you talked about being a different competitor and having really no off season, just grinding year round. And we actually just saw today Regan Grimes stepped out of the 2022 Mr. O because he wanted to
Oh,
be bigger.
okay. I didn't. You surprised me. Yeah.
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 So he actually took off because he wants to get 15 pounds additive to the next Mr. O. So we'll see Reagan in 2023, but he will not
Oh,
be
I get it.
2022
Okay.
just because it is going to a heavier Mr. Olympia. And obviously,
Yeah.
I had Sean Ray on, and me and Sean looked at kind of how every year it's kind of changing, whether it be a mass monster or
Mm-hmm.
aesthetic monster.
Mm.
And I think this year, I mean, it's going to be a big boys show, and I'm really excited to see, what you bring and some of the other competitors, because obviously, me and Dennis Wolf were talking. We have you as I have you as my top guy, whatever,
Thank you.
but Dennis
I
and
won't
Dennis,
disappoint you.
you won't. You are the conqueror. Remember that. But
Thanks.
I think, obviously, since you've been in the Mr. O a few years, have you seen it go from that mass monster to aesthetic look? And then more importantly, where do you see the future of bodybuilding going in general, William?
Um, like you said, I've seen. It's like I think in every area you have this, that it will change from physique to physique to, what the people or what the judges prefer. And it's more like what the people prefer, and and the judges, they just judge what they see on stage. So um, I think the way bodybuilding is going, I think it's gonna go like up, down. There will be a time they will have like physique like Big Ramy. There will be a time they will have physique like Sean Roden. There will be a time there will, so it's like it's different physique every time. Like, so I think like it won't be it won't be the same physique each Olympia. It will kind of change a bit, Same thing with the classic physique. I think C-bomb.
Yeah.
Before C-bomb we had Breon, different physique. And yeah. So I think before Breon we had another guy. Um, Forgot his name. He has also a different physique as well. So what's the Jeremy? Oh no, that was the man's physique. No. So for me it's like the physique, they keep like the standard keeps changing, so, and it depends on what the judges requires and want to see at that day. So
And I think some people want to see a consistent thing, but I think that makes the sport of
I,
bodybuilding so
I
exciting.
yeah, I think that's what they say now, but when they do that it's going to be boring. Like when I think when Ronnie started winning, everybody loved him. When he started winning too much and people were like, hey, this is getting boring. You understand?
Yeah.
So eventually then people started hating him for no reason, just because he won so much. You
Oh,
understand?
good.
The same people that used to cheer for him the first 2, 3 times, will hate you now, because they want to see somebody else. People want to see change, So I think that's what they're doing as well, to get more people involved and to make it exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the sport is becoming more and more exciting each year, and has just been more exciting than ever since 2016, since you graced our stage. So obviously, you've
Thank
seen
you.
it all in the bodybuilding world. So I want to end this interview with two things. What is your tip for someone who is looking to start their fitness journey like you once were when you were 13 years
Mhm.
old? And then what is your tip for someone who is looking to become a professional bodybuilder like you, sir?
Um, for the last one is I always tell people, man, don't quit your job. Don't quit your job. Keep doing your job. I had 2, 3 jobs. I had
Yep.
2 jobs and then one extra job as a bouncer. Just to cover all my costs for bodybuilding because it was expensive. Just bought a house. My first son, his mother was pregnant of him at that time as well. So it was difficult. So I will always tell people, don't don't leave your job, and even if you get a sponsor, if you can keep your job, keep your job. Because a sponsor is not forever as well, and you never know. So just don't throw away your old shoes before you got a new one on. That's what I want to say. And the first one was a lot of people didn't believe in me. I think even my sister and my mom at times were mocking me, when I was saying I'm going to compete, I'm going for the bodybuilding show. They were like, ah, nice, are you going to win money? I'm like, no, it will come one day, so they used to tease me, but, and I had friends as well. They were like, yeah, you're good, but you're never going to be a pro, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff, you got to just follow your heart, it's your vision, and the vision that you have, they can see, you understand? And you don't even need to tell them, you understand? So just follow your heart, follow your vision, and believe in yourself no matter what. Yeah.
And I mean,
And,
William,
and, and that's not only for bodybuilding, that's in general in life as well.
and I was going to say, you just hit the nail on the head, sir. Not only are you a top tier athlete, you are a class act human being. And I
Thanks, man.
think, just even besides you gracing the stage, what you do for others and what you do for the community is so remarkable. And I totally agree. Don't ever give up on your dream. Don't ever let anyone say that you cannot be or you should not be.
Yeah.
Screw them. I mean, look at the
Yeah.
great. Look at William. He laughed at it, and now he is one of the best. So to never give up on your dreams, because dreams are what make us who we are. Dreams are what get us out of bed every day, sir. And
Exactly.
you are just a class act. I can't keep on, saying that because you just are. Now, William, I
Thank
like to
you.
get my guests out of here with some rapid fire questions. Are you game, sir?
Am I?
Are you game for some rapid fire questions?
Yeah, yeah. We can go. Let's go.
Favorite cheat meal?
Fried rice, and I like duck meat and jollof. Daddy and jollof.
That just sounds damn good.
Yeah. I love shawarma as well. I got a lot. Yeah.
I do too. We're on the same page on that. Go to post workout meal.
I don't have a really post-workout meal. It's whatever that I got in the fridge is what I will eat. I just got to get my meals done, you know. So sometimes I even switch my meals. So it's like I'm kind of when I eat my meals, I eat like I start with a difficult meal. You know, the meal that I don't like the most, I will start with that because, you know, then I'm like hungry. You understand? And the closer I'm getting to the night, you know, I will feel like full. So the food that I like to eat will go easier in. So I don't have really. Yeah, that's how I do that.
Speaking of that, I gotta stop eating my dessert before I eat my regular meals. Anyway,
Mm,
favorite bodybuilding pose?
Chet Nichols.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, man. It's not just because he coached me. This guy is he really got experience and he know what he's doing, you know, and I trust him fully.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Last two are big ones on this show. Talk like Rocky Balboa, the boxer, for the rest of your life, or have to box Rocky Balboa in his prime.
I will box him in his prime. I
You
like
know,
fighting, man.
I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were really the first person, William, where I would go, you know what? I'm putting all my money on you, sir. Not only are you a bouncer and a big ass bodybuilder. Yeah, yep. Whew. I would love to see that hypothetically. Sylvester Stallone, watch out. The last one is big on this show. Pull-ups or chin-ups?
Chin-ups.
Really?
Yep.
You see, I think pull-ups are the right answer because they're the true test of strength. But again, I
Hmm.
don't look like you, and I can't say anything to you
I,
because you will
I,
absolutely
I
destroy
can
me.
no. Of course not. You can say like everyone has experience. It's not like because I'm a pro bodybuilder, that mine is correct and yours not. No, it doesn't work that way. Like for me, I prefer that one because I can reach higher. You know, I can. Yeah. No matter what I do, I can reach higher, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is actually a very good additive to that. And I mean, chin ups, you get a nice bicep pump too. So if you guys
Mm.
want to, just get that chin up, that bicep pump, do the chin ups. I love it. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with William the Conqueror Bonac, one of the best to step on stage, and my favorite to win this year's Mr. 2022 O.
Thank
Now,
you.
William, the floor is yours. Where can we find your content, sir? What are your codes that we can use to, help support you? And the floor is yours, sir.
Just support me. Just on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel as well. We bring out some videos. Road to the Mr. Olympia. So there you can see a lot of things what we are doing. And yeah, just support us. Not only us, support every one of the athletes. Support bodybuilding in general. So we can keep going on, keep doing what we love to do, and keep entertaining you guys.
I mean, I and the world are just so excited to see this year's 2022 Mr. O. So many good competitors.
Mhm.
These people these athletes will really just put on a show for us. I just
Definitely.
cannot wait, sir. And I mean, again, best of luck to you, sir. And like they say,
Thank you.
there is something about the underdog and William. 13 years ago, when you were 13 years old,
Yeah.
you know what the underdog mentality is, sir, and you are just an absolute beast, sir. So best of luck.
Thank you,
First
my
person
man.
to use Mr. Bonac's code, I will send you a package and I will send you an autograph from one of the legends that we've had. Please go run up his codes. I mean, just an overall competitor. from the bottom of my heart, sir. Thank you. Until
Thank you,
next
man.
time, guys, Underdog and the Conqueror